Yesterday, I ate lasagna for dinner. I watched a movie with my father and I went to the gym. What did you do yesterday? Hi, and welcome to your English class. My name is Jackie, and today we're going to talk about the simple past. So we're going to do a bit of grammar. So before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, CEST Jackie, all in one word, for more English lessons. To give me a comment below to let me know what did you think about this lesson, if you wanted to learn more, or if you wanted to learn something specific, to like this video and to share this video with the world. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about the simple past, and there's a lot to talk about. I'm just going to talk a bit about why, when do we use the simple past, right? Why do we use the simple past? As well as some of the construction of the simple past for regular verbs. Okay? Are you ready? Let's go. So, when do we use the simple past? The simple past tense is used to describe an action or something that has happened in the past, okay? And a truth, a fact that again occurred, happened in the past, okay? So we usually use the simple past for a specific moment, an action that happened in the past, and for facts, truths about a time in the past that happened in the past. An example? Okay. An example in 2002, my family traveled to Madagascar. Specific moment, action, right? That happened in the past. In 2002, my family traveled to Madagascar. And a fact, for example, my father was an economist. This is a fact, right? He is no longer, he's not an economist now, but my father was an economist. This is a truth, a fact in the past. Okay? And you can give me some examples too below, please. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the simple past, okay? One, to form the simple past of regular verbs, we generally add ed to the base form. Okay, I'll repeat that. To form the simple past of regular verbs, we generally add ed to the base form of the verb. For example, dream, right? If you want to make dream and put it in the past tense, simple past, you just add ed. So yesterday I dreamed about, I don't know, something important. Okay? Another one, how about start? You just add ed and it becomes started, right? 2 days ago, I started to study for my exam, etc., etc., etc. The beautiful thing about the simple past in English is that for regular verbs, right, that just add ed, it doesn't change for any subject pronouns. What? So it doesn't matter if it's I, you, we, they, doesn't matter. It doesn't change. For example, let's use to start, okay? For started. I started, you started, he started, she started, it started, we started, they started. Started. Okay? Doesn't change. Isn't that exciting? I think that's super exciting. So then you don't have to think about, like, okay, does the conjugation change for a subject pronoun? No, it doesn't. Okay? Not for regular English verbs. Woo! Exciting. Another thing is there are some triggers to the simple past, right? Like a specific time, a specific year, or if you use the word ago, right? For example, 10 years ago, um, we celebrated my parents' 10th anniversary. Okay? If you hear ago, your synapses should be like, oh, oh, simple past. If you see a time like in 1997, bam, simple past, etc., etc. Okay? Excellent. And now, for the spelling of the past tense of regular verbs, there are some rules, and there are several rules. So let's go through some of these rules. Rule number one, add ed to most regular verbs, right? We talked about that earlier. So start, right, will become started. Rain will become rained, right? Snow will become snowed, etc., etc. So most regular verbs, we just add ed. Rule number two. When the base form of a verb ends in e, you just add d. Let me repeat that. When a verb ends in the letter e, you just add a d to put it in the simple past. For example, okay, let's say to live. So in the simple past, it's going to be lived. Yes. One more time. It's going to be what? Lived. We just added D, right? Another example? Okay, no problem. Let's see. Let's see, to die, okay? So, a little morbid, sorry. But for to die, what does it become in the simple past? Do you know? Died. Yeah, you just added D. One more time. Died. Very good. Awesome. Rule number three. When the base form of a verb ends in a consonant. So consonants are like B, C, D, F, G, right? These are consonants. And Y after that consonant, you have to change the Y to I and add ED. I know that was a lot of information. Let's say it again. When a verb ends in a consonant and the letter Y, two things, you have to change Y to I and then add ED. For example, let's give you some examples. Let's say to study. To study, it's study, right? D is a consonant. Ooh, Y is afterwards. So we have to change the Y into an I, and then we add ed afterwards. So you studied. Yeah? You can see how I spell it. You studied. Good job. Another example with a verb that has a consonant and a Y. For example, to bury. Okay? So in the simple past, it's going to be they buried. Right? One more time, I'll repeat it. They buried. Very good. Okay, let's go to the next rule. Number 4. When the base form of a verb ends in a vowel. What's a vowel? A, E, I, O, U. One more time. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So when a verb, the base form of a verb, ends in a vowel and the letter Y, add ed. Do not change the Y. Okay? One more time. When a verb ends in a vowel plus the letter Y, you just add ed. You don't change the letter Y, like in the previous rule. For example, let's use, not let's use, for example, the verb to stay. It becomes stayed. Repeat. Stayed. Another example? Let's say to enjoy. It becomes enjoyed. Repeat. Enjoyed. Very good. Okay, the next rule. I know. We're almost there, halfway. Rule number 5. When a one-syllable verb ends in consonant, vowel, consonant, double the final consonant and add ed. This is a lot. Okay, one syllable means like a syllable is so hard to explain what is a syllable. But like, for example, my name, Jackie, has 2 syllables. There's ja and then ki. Ja, ki. Those are syllables, right? So one syllable verb means like, for example, Jack. Jack is one syllable, right? Go is one syllable. If it was like going, 2 syllables. But to just go, 1 syllable. So for one syllable verbs that end with a consonant, vowel, consonant, you have to double the last consonant, the final consonant, the last one, right, after the vowel, and add ed. For example, to stop, all right? In the simple past, it's going to be stopped. Let's repeat. Stopped. Double P-E-D, right? In the infinitive, it's just stop, 1 P. In the simple past, we're going to add an extra P before the ed. Another example, how about to hug? In the simple past, it's going to be hugged. Repeat. hugged. Double G-E-D. Very good. All right. Three more rules to go. The next rule. Rule number 6. Do not double when a verb ends in W or X. Do not double the W or X. I'll repeat. When a verb ends in W or X, do not double those letters, those consonants. You can't. For example, to fix. In the simple past, it's going to be fixed. Repeat. Fixed. Another example, to show. In the simple past, it's going to be showed. Repeat. Showed. Very good. Okay, next rule. Rule number 7. Now we're going to talk about 2-syllable verbs. So remember 2 syllables? It's like going, loving. Those are 2 syllables. So when a 2-syllable verb ends in a consonant, vowel, consonant, double the final consonant and add ed only if the last syllable is stressed. Stressed, punched. That's a lot to remember. I know. I'm sorry. Languages are hard sometimes. I know. But let me repeat that. When a 2-syllable verb ends in a consonant, vowel, consonant, double the final consonant and add ed only if the last syllable is stressed. So the last syllable means the second syllable. Like in going, it means ing has to be stressed. And if that part is stressed, you add another consonant, right? You double that last consonant. For example, I'll give you some examples, right? Let's do to permit. It, right? It's like stressed. To permit. Can't speak. To permit. So in the simple past, it would be permitted. Repeat. Permitted. Another example. To occur. In the simple past, it would be occurred. One more time. Repeat. Occurred. Very good. Okay, final rule. Final rule. I know, so many rules. Let's go to rule number 8. When the last syllable of a 2-syllable verb is not stressed, don't double the final consonant. Okay? I'll repeat that. So, or say it in a different way. If the first syllable, right, of a 2-syllable verb is stressed, or if the last syllable of a 2-syllable verb is not stressed, don't double the final consonant. For example, let's say to open. O is the stress, right? Open. O. We will not double the N of opened. So in the simple past, it's opened. Repeat. Opened. Another example, to offer. Ah, offer. In the simple past, it's going to be offered. Offered. Very good. Excellent. Great job. We went through all of the 8 rules for the spelling of the past tense of regular verbs. And this is where we're stopping for today. Of course, there are lots and lots of other things that you need to know about the simple past, especially the simple past of irregular verbs, but we will talk about that in another lesson. In the meantime, please give me some examples from these 8 rules that you learned below. Please let me know what you think about this lesson, and please let me know if you want to learn another type of lesson below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Sigue, for more English lessons, to give me a comment below, to like this video, and to share this video with the world! Y'all are awesome. Keep going with your English studies. You've got this. You've got this. Have a great day, and I hope to see you at our next lesson. Bye!